I will tell you this, Michael, and Trump will win tomorrow, but Nikki is probably going to have a good showing now that DeSantis is out of the race. Is it going to be 10 points? Is it going to be 20 points? I don't know. But
Trump's winning. It's done.
Trump will win. But will it be close enough where she's going to continue to hang around?
Well, she wants to go to South Carolina.
Now, absolutely. Now, I will tell you this. If Trump wins by more than 60% of the vote tomorrow, there will be extremely loud calls for Nikki to drop out. But if she loses by 10 points, 12 points, she'll keep going.
Well, and the truth is, she could do well in South Carolina. I mean, she was the governor of South Carolina.
Even though Senator Tim Scott, not Rick Scott. Tim Scott is definitely not anywhere near as bad as Rick Scott, but
he's also not good.
Senator Tim Scott came out and endorsed Donald Trump.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did. Oh. So there you go.
Okay. So that's still, but she would do better there than anywhere else. She'll do better in South Carolina.
Who's Lindsey Graham going to endorse? That's what I want to know.
Trump. He's ultimately a bootlicker. At the end of the day, he is a bootlicker.
Oh, that's for sure. That's what he likes.
He's one of the biggest bootlickers.
No, I don't think Nikki Haley is less competent than Trump.
No, I think she's very competent.
Infinitely, which is what makes her worse and more dangerous.
Yeah. No, I think Nikki Haley is exceptionally competent. In fact, as to between even Joe or Trump, or she's the most competent person that's in that close.
I will 100% say in defense of Donald Trump, his instinct is not to go to war.
That's true.
And that is probably the best thing that I can say about
that is true.
Who the next president of the United States is going to be, because right now, for all intents and purposes, it is either going to be Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Of course, Nikki Haley, they would hope to install her if they could. I did not. We can do that. I do think that is definitely plausible. I also think that it is likely that as more into the election season that we go, and the more that this carries on, the more I think somebody like Cornel West is going to garner momentum. Now, will he get on the ballot is the key. Now, somebody who is on the ballot is Jill Stein on the Green Party ticket, and a new poll just came out in the state of Michigan. Jill Stein has 6% of the vote.
Nice.
So it just goes to show you that there isn't.
They'll blame her for why Joe Biden loses Michigan.
Is it my God. Is it this election cycle? I don't know. But I can assure you that the electoral system in this country, it's going to change. Because eventually enough people are going to demand it that they won't be able to hold it off.
It's not a bad pick.
Probably not.
That's actually pretty smart.
It is.
That's actually a pretty smart pick.
I think so.
Yeah.
And they'll destroy him for it, but you know what? Who cares? Now, why do I think it's possible that Steve Grossman, new friend of the show, love to have you here, why Tim Scott as a VP pick is not far-fetched? I'll tell you why. Because there's been rumors floating around for a very long time that much like his counterpart, Lindsey Graham, Tim Scott is actually gay. Now, why is that a big deal? Well, it just so happens that he has a girlfriend for a little while, and he just proposed to her the other day, and she said yes. Of all the times that you're going to do it, you do it right now.
Are you looking to be a VP selection?
I'm just putting it out there.
Well, that is something that does tend to happen. We had that here in our state with
you know them.
Yeah.
So
certain people.
Again, appearances are important. Even though the sanctity of marriage doesn't mean anything at that level.
A beard is going to beard, people. Beards are going to beard.
But I'm totally not a beard. I just like a lot of different women. That's
no. The beard is. Do you not know what a beard is?
I know what a beard is. You don't have to. You really think I don't know?
You clearly don't.
I know what a beard is.
Okay, what is it?
It's a shield. Let's leave
okay, but my point is that that's what these people do because they're so in the closet. Yes, and guys, look, I say it all the time. I'm a Cornel West supporter. That is where my monthly donations go. I support him. I support his message. I support his campaign. And as far as his campaign succeeding for me, every place he goes and spreads his message is what I'm supporting. Okay, so I'm going to support Cornel West. Now, whether or not he gets on my ballot in Florida is another story. Now, I personally will most likely vote green, given the current scenario, if Dr. West is not on my ballot in Florida. That's what my second pick would be Dr. Stein.
Keep in mind, to all of the Democratic sycophants that are out there, this state is going red.
Yeah, it doesn't. Just give it up.
So don't even try it.
No, seriously, you're wasting your time.
Vote your conscience, which is what people should do.
And hope that somebody gets 5%.
If Ron DeSantis beats Charlie Crist by 20 points, Donald Trump hear me now, quote me later, will beat Joe Biden by at least 10 points.
At least.
So don't play into this idea that somehow there's going to be a great rally, if you will, towards Joe Biden in the state. Not happening.
Oh, don't get me started on that bitch.
I do think that it's very likely as well. I think that she is certainly a likable choice. But again, Trump is going to do it from a political calculus standpoint. Now, I will say this about Stefanik. She has been on the Trump train since day one. And
she's been a nice little loyal foot soldier.
100%.
I'd like to have a nice discussion with her.
I think you'd like to have a cat fight with her.
I think that she is somebody that I would ask to step outside and say, we need to have a few words, because I find her disgusting. I find her, she's up there with our rep. The only difference is she's also a Trump bootlicker. So that just adds that to her thing.
Our resident conservative,
Also,
I think his VP is either Kristi Noem or Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, here's the thing.
We should have a pool.
I think Vivek is 100%.
How do we do that? I don't understand how
I'm not
those
sure we
things
can
work.
think of something.
We need to have a pool.
The issue with Kristi Noem, and I really mean this, Kristi Noem is as white can possibly be.
But she's a woman.
Yeah.
They got to play.
She is also a loyal Trump foot soldier. I can see Kristi Noem probably more so because she's got that whole almost like antebellum South thing going on.
My thing about him choosing Vivek is that Vivek is too charismatic and young and appealing. And I don't think Trump would have another man on his ticket that he thinks would outshine him.
Rachel wants to know you have a supporter in your corner.
You would hold my earrings. Well, that's sweet.
You're not wearing you're not wearing your Here Comes the Sun earrings.
I'm not. Well, I bought those sun earrings. No, I don't always wear them, but I do love my Here Comes the Sun earrings. And sometimes I have butterfly
Metal,
earrings.
what I mean is that she doesn't have an act. She's not
pulling in any other audience.
She's not pulling in any other audience to be the governor of South Dakota. You're
right.
Not, what are you doing?
She's not bringing. When you pick running mates, Metal, the strategy is you're pulling in a different audience and a different crowd from who your primary candidate can get. So are you going to bring in the black vote? Are you going to bring in Southerners? Are you going to bring in the Midwest?
She's a Pam.
Yeah. But so when you look at a very white woman from a place like that state that's like the middle of nowhere, all we're saying is it's not enough of she's not bringing enough people to the party to make her a worthy running mate pick. You got to bring in your own people.
Now, one of the reasons why I think Noem is definitely in the what I would consider to be probably the top 5 is because she is much more of a behind the scenes leader than Elise Stefanik is. Elise Stefanik wants the brass ring.
I want to talk to her.
She wants that. She wants power like nobody's business. And I tell you, if she's she
and I would be having a discussion like in the synagogue parking lot. She is something.
Now, she's not Jewish. She married Jewish, but she
seems to take up that banner really nicely.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Convert.
Therein lies is where, what is the Donald going to do? I don't know what the Donald's going to do.
But here's what's so interesting. Wait, before you do that, can I please say something?
No, you can't say anything. I'm here.
No, I'm saying what I'm going to say. It's interesting because if you believe, and this would be specifically for Stefanik or whatever her name is. Okay, so if you believe that Judaism is such that it's a religion wherein you can convert to join it, okay, and that is what you obviously have done if you married a Jewish person, and if you whether or not you officially converted. But so, like, if religion is the thing that you can just adopt like that, then it's not an ethnicity.
Did you know that my daughter married a Jew?
Yes, but so if it's not an ethnicity and it's not a people, and it's not an ethnicity, then why would it need a state?
I just wanted to come up
and more importantly,
excuse me.
Shush. More importantly, if you think that Jews are an ethnicity, then why would you waste your time converting to something that you never can be?
Let me explain something to
we
all
reject
of you.
you.
I just wanted to come on here and let everybody know how it's going to go when I pick my VP. It's going to be just like my TV show.
Oh my God! You're gonna have them all come on and audition.
I'm going to have an Apprentice-like VP selection. They're all going to take on some.
Oh my God, that would be so hilarious, guys. The VP. Oh my God, you should have them doing challenges.
We're going to have some really great challenges. It's going to be wonderful, and it's going to draw incredible
ratings. Make
them
eat disgusting things like Fear Factor.
I think that's a great idea.
I know.
I'm
see how much they're willing to eat. See if they're willing to eat shit for you.
I'm going to go on.
You need loyalty.
I'm going to go on Joe. That's what I'm talking about.
I know, but you got to make sure somebody's willing to eat a roach for you.
If we're going to make America great again
in
24, I'm going to go on the podcast with Mr. Rogan.
Oh my God, he could totally host it. He was the Fear Factor
host. We'll
host.
have a great conversation, and we're going to get everybody into the ring, and they're going to fight for my love, and they're going to fight. Oh my God,
I think that would be so funny for you to have a show like called The VP.
And this will totally
The Veep.
This will get a lot more ratings than these stupid primaries. So look at how much I'm winning by. And tomorrow,
I got to tell you, it really would get more.
It really
would totally get a
ratings.
lot of. It would get so much. If he had a show like that where they were all trying out to get the VP slot, that would come close to like Super Bowl level numbers.
Well, we're gonna have this really great opportunity. Awesome. We're gonna have this really great opportunity tomorrow. You're gonna really enjoy it. After I crush corporate Nikki Haley in New Hampshire, it's gonna be a great victory. It might be as great as a victory as we had in Iowa. You never know.
Well, you really need to crush her good in New Hampshire, because otherwise she's going to go through South Carolina.
She's going to continue on like the parasite that she is. And I totally don't want her there. So what I do want...
But tell us how you're not going to warmonger like she is. Because when you're the person... Yeah, but you in fact...
I will bring everybody to the table.
Yeah, you brought everybody to the table. You moved the embassy to Jerusalem.
I thought it was a great idea.
It's a shitty idea. It was a shitty idea then.
Well, it happens. We don't make perfect decisions, but it was a great decision because I made it.
No, it was a shitty decision.
But we're going to have the VP Apprentice. It's going to be great. We're going to have Nikki. We're going to have Vivek. We're going to have Christy. We're going to have Elise. We're going to have Tim Scott. Carrie Lake's running for Senate, so I guess she's not going to be able to join the party. But there will be plenty of others who will be vying for my attention and my love and loyalty.
Wish you could just pick somebody remotely normal.
I really would like
Although the remotely normal people probably wouldn't want that job. Like,
well, I just wanted to have the opportunity once again to have people
like a Thomas Massey or somebody with a brain.
He's terrible. He's a terrible person. He supported Ron DeSanctimonious. I don't like that guy. Even though that name has been retired, and I'm grateful that the governor finally came to his senses.
Now he's going to just be licking your boots nonstop.
I made him the governor, and he's totally...
I bet he'd be happy to be in your little VP...
Ron
VP race.
Ron Disaster has...
Are you auditioning little Ron? You know he wears lifts.
Well, that's because he always is looking up at me and I'm looking down.
Well, and I've got to say, in all seriousness, people don't realize this, and this is the truth, is that presidents are tall.
That's true, and that's why I'm really tall.
They've all been tall historically. They're tall. And so for someone 5'8" to be running for president is a stretch.
That is true, and that is why if a woman is ever going to be president, she's got to be tall.
I don't think that would necessarily translate, but even among women, we know that tall people get jobs faster, get paid more. It's true. I mean,
did you know that Kamala Harris is really tiny? She's a really tiny woman. She can't be president.
That's not why.
And she makes me.
But that's not why she can't be president.
Well, that's a whole other story.
She's completely unqualified and incapable. She makes me look like a stable genius that I am. And of course, she can't form a complete sentence.
I want to have an opportunity to do the Apprentice VP. And I want to be able to tell everyone who's pissed me off a little extra that you're fired. You're fired, and you're all fired except for one.
You're going to have to make DeSantis agree not to wear lifts in the competition.
I don't think he'd agree to that, which is why he's not going to shoot for it. But ultimately, it's my party. I'll cry if I want to. The Apprentice VP, it's coming, and you're going to love it. It's going to be really great. Make sure you tune in. Make America great again in 24.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.